Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to call the October 18th meeting of the Common Council to order. I will ask our clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Alderperson Barzak.
Here.
Chaplesky.
Here.
Haas.
Here.
Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
Probst. Here. Reinke.
Here.
Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
10 present and unexcused.
We have a quorum. Before we do the pledge, I just want to make a quick announcement. Unfortunately, we lost a member of our city family this morning. Brian Block, who worked in our engineering department, passed away unexpectedly. So after our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Alderman Barzak tonight, I am going to ask that we have a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will move to item D on your agendas. We have 2 items up for public hearing this morning. I will ask our clerk to read number 1.
A hearing on the resolution to approve the year 2017 operating plan for the downtown West Allis Business Improvement District and to adopt the special assessment method as stated therein final.
Mr. Scher?
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, the bid operating plan is basically, we're fulfilling the statutory requirement for the West Allis Business Improvement District for the 2017 proposed operating plan. The bid's operating plan must annually be approved by the Common Council, and it deals with the funding of special assessments that are placed on properties within downtown West Allis. The presentation tonight is going to go over 3 points: a summary of accomplishments to date, a description of activities planned, as well as the proposed budget. The business improvement district is located along Greenfield Avenue between 70th and 76th Street. There are other properties, buildings included a little bit north and south of Greenfield Avenue in the 70th Street area. It's comprised of about 62 buildings in total, and there's roughly about 500 off-street parking stalls. Primarily, that would be all municipal off-street parking stalls, which are shown in red here. It's also a center for several thriving and lively businesses, restaurants, shops, and other unique destinations. You'll also see that it's a very family-oriented place with a number of activities that take place throughout the year. So the basics of the proposed plan is that the budget is assembled, first of all, with a goal-setting session, typically in July of the year. And then the bid committees come up with different ideas and thoughts of what they'd like to see in their downtown, and that's passed along to the executive director, Diane Einecker. And then together with the bid board, and the executive director and the bid committees, they formulate a plan which is presented then to the Common Council. This is the proposed budget. You can see the 2016 column, the various items included within that budget, and then what's proposed for 2017. For the most part, essentially the same with some differences, but all covering the different services and resources that the bid provides within the downtown, including professional services, the design committee, organization and marketing promotions committee, economic development resources, and other assistance programs. The total budget within the bid is a total of $127,200, and there's a total levy assessed of $101,000. And we'll get into the rate of that in a second. But this is the total levied amount via the special assessment. And you can see over the years, the values have changed, the assessed values within the downtown district have changed. With a history here from 2011 to 2016, you can see from 2011 to 2015, or 2011 to 2015, essentially it's decreased. But you can see with the start of 2016, there's been an increase of roughly about close to $80,000 or a 0.4% increase. The proposed special assessment levy is for 2017 is $5.46, and that's per $1,000 of assessed value. And the bid has a different, I guess, strategic plan or operating plan, different goals they wish to achieve throughout the year. And this is simply they've created some benchmarking, a measurement system to more or less benchmark where they're at, where their goals are, and where they're at in terms of accomplishing those goals within their organization. And there's a number of activities throughout the downtown, ranging from different parade events, the a la carte event, the classic car show, also flower planting activities throughout the downtown. Keeping downtown clean and beautiful is a big part of what the bid does for the city and for its organization. There's also a fairly low vacancy rate within the downtown, about 4% or so. And that's, I think we attribute that to what the bid provides in both retaining existing businesses as well as attracting new businesses, such as Aggie's Bakery, and then Cream City Clay, which opened recently. And if there's any questions or comments, I can take those at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Scher. Are there any members of the council that have questions or comments?
Mayor Devine,
Alderperson Reinke?
could you go back to the budget?
Sure.
Part of the budget went up $13,000. Was there a reason?
The assistance programs?
Yes, could you explain that, Steve?
We have I guess I don't want to dive into the explanation here without, I guess, consulting with Diane, the executive director, and I could take that at recess if you like. We could talk afterward with Diane.
This was curious.
Bring it back
it's
out, yeah.
quite a big jump.
A number of the assistance programs include, signage assistance, some location assistance within the downtown and so on, but I mean, I guess I'd rather have that discussion with you during recess with Diane present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to say that Diane, as the board director, does a marvelous job along with her board. The car show was very successful, as well as the other functions that they have. They do a really, really nice job for the city.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the Common Council? Seeing none, are there any members of the audience that have comments or questions on this item? Seeing none, we will close public hearing number 1, and I will ask our clerk to read public hearing number 2.
A hearing on the special use permit for Light of Grace Annex, a proposed religious institution to be located at 5900 West National Avenue.
Mr. Scher.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a special use for a new church. The Light of Grace Church currently owns 3 properties at 59th and National, which would consist of an existing mixed-use building here, which currently has a religious facility church within it. There's a parking lot that's shared between the 2 buildings, as well as a 3rd building, which was formerly a daycare, which is now proposed to be a church. So as noted, that the parking lot is common or accessory and shared between the 2, the existing church as well as the proposed church. The new church will function as an annex or an additional church, which is associated with the existing facility. The parking lot has been reviewed as part of this overall special use, and there are some improvements proposed, which we'll get into in a little bit. But the overall property in this area along National Avenue corridor is Zone C2 Neighborhood Commercial Zoning District, and this permits a wide variety of different types of neighborhood commercial uses, typically smaller in nature to fit the context of the neighborhood and provide services to the immediate neighborhood nearby. Religious institutions are one type of special use that's permitted in the zoning district. The church is going to provide educational classes, study groups, meditation, as well as community gatherings. Anticipated occupancy is up to about 30 people total. The hours of operation, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Parking required for the 5900 property is 13 parking stalls for that annex property here, and a total of 30 are provided overall. The Plan Commission has recommended approval of a plan for some upgrades, and the church current property owners currently made a lot of those updates already in terms of freshening up the landscaping and adding some new landscaping along National Avenue to beautify the curb appeal of the property and the corridor. There's also some existing non-conforming signage which is going to be brought into conformity with our signage ordinance. And then there's a refuse area on the northeast side of the site which will be removed and replaced with a new four-sided enclosure if needed. The parking lot would then be resealed and surfaced and striped with parking lot stalls, and that would be done in the springtime. Plan Commission has recommended approval as of last month, and no objections have been received to date. If there's any questions, I can answer those now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, are there any questions or comments from the members of the audience? Okay, seeing none, we will close public hearing number 2, and we will move on to item E on your agenda, citizen participation. This is an opportunity for residents to address the council on matters of interest to them. We ask that you keep your comments to the 5-minute range. Is there anybody that wishes to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will close item E and move right to item F. Our standing committees will be meeting during recess. Those room numbers are listed on your agendas at the bottom of page 1. Moving on to item G, the mayor's report. I just have a couple of Halloween-themed reminders this evening. The official West Allis trick-or-treat hours are 4 to 7 on Saturday, October 29th. If you are participating, please turn your lights on. Also, I had a few people call me and ask about what has become known as the teal pumpkins, which you might find on some people's porches. If they have a teal pumpkin and you have somebody with food allergies, that is a friendly house for you to go to. They will have things to hand out that will avoid nut allergies and other allergies that kids seem to be having more and more these days. In addition to the official trick-or-treat, the downtown Halloween hunt will be held in the Bid District, which we just heard about, one of the great events that they put together. That will be from 10 to 1 on Saturday, October 29th in the downtown, which is, as you saw, between 70th and 76th Street on Greenfield Avenue. Kids ages 12 and younger can come in costume with an adult and receive treats from participating merchants. They are also asking you consider bringing non-perishable food items to go to local food pantries, and you can contact the Downtown Bid District if you need more information on that. Yet again, Saturday, October 22nd, our CAD event, the Community Alliance Against Drugs, has the Halloween in the Park on Saturday, October 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m. This is in picnic area number 3. It's a family-friendly event that includes hayrides, a campfire, costume parade, DJ crafts cookies, cookie decorating, and food for purchase at a scarily low price. You're inviting everyone to join. Fun, alcohol, and drug-free family event. And lastly, I just want to congratulate, and this is the not Halloween news. I'm sure a lot of you know Antigua Latin Cafe, which just changed their name to the Antigua Latin-inspired Kitchen on 58th and Burnham. Well, their chef, Nicholas Ramos, who is a West Allis resident, just won the American Culinary Federation Milwaukee Chapter's Chef of the Year Award for 2016. So I want to congratulate him and his operation that he and his wife have going. That concludes the mayor's report this evening. Do we have any alderpersons' reports?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman May?
I'd like to quickly mention a new, I I guess, app, if you will, a mapping app, put together by the City of West Allis Geographic Information Services and the Department of Public Works. When leaf collection occurs, the city works from east to west. When they get to the west side, they start over on the east side, and there's no set day that you can mark on a calendar to know when that leaf collection is going to occur. So what GIS and DPW did is they developed a mapping, again, I'll call it an app, where you can go on and you can see when they're forecasted to be on your street. So I thought last year we'd received some complaints about people not knowing when that leaf collection was going to occur. Now you can go online and figure it out. So go to westalliswi.gov and you'll see it on the homepage. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the minutes of the Common Council regular meeting of October 4th, 2016.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second by Alderperson Ranky. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item J, we'll ask for a motion to refer items 4 and 5 to the city attorney.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Probst, second by Alderman May. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item K, standing committee reports.
Mayor Devine, I'll bring those out after recess.
Okay.
Mayor Devine, I then move for, that we go into recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderman Weigel. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are in recess.